right, Guardians, here we go. This is the 2025 wraparound show here. I want to say it's my last as president, but technically my tenure ended like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, get this guy
So,
out of here, please.
yeah. I want to shout out to my demotion. I am now just a director, which is fine. And not
Demotion.
not the Woody Allen kind of director. Anyway, so we're gonna shout out to the boys here. I want to thank the guys here first of all, first and foremost. Like, share, and subscribe to the video. We've actually grown quite a bit here
At Dallas Guardians.
on everything,
Everywhere.
Go on the website. You'll see a new list of members, leadership here. You'll see who is taking responsibility for this circus that we call supporters group. Shout out to Hubert down there, Mexico fan.
Got the New Jersey on.
There you go, gentlemen. How was your Christmas? How's your New Year's? How's everything?
Stuck in that middle week where nothing is real. Time is made up. Calories don't matter. It's all just work day doesn't really matter. Although I have important meetings tomorrow for some odd reason. I don't really know why, but it's that weird week where nothing really matters.
I don't know. I'm kind of missing soccer after having like the 3 home Trinity games in a row.
Yes.
It's weird to not have something to go to.
That's true.
That's throwing me a little bit.
Or at least a watch party, right?
Something you never really hear from a soccer fan is I miss soccer, because I'm pretty sure he's watching AFCON right now.
I do have the African competitions on.
Somewhere in the world, soccer.
You know what? I miss soccer events, I guess, is probably more. You're right.
See, we are still of the generation where soccer is the sport you go to and not one you watch on television. So,
yeah, fair enough.
All right, so we're going to start off here. Speaking of soccer and soccer jerseys, we have finally released our 2026 supporters jersey here. Go to the website, pre-order now.
The Sweet 16 kits.
There you go. Celebrating
LAFC?
No, celebrating us.
The
hoops are back. Thank God.
Finally.
We have to do it if no one else will.
Yeah.
So go to the website, Dallas Bear Guardians or DallasGuardians.com, at the store. It's 1 for $65, 2 for $120. So you save yourself $10 there getting both. You can get it customized on the back for free. So you put your name and number, whatever you need to. We are gonna get these ordered here.
There will be some limitations to what you can get in name and number. There will be some limitations. Okay.
That is true. Yes, we will. We will be doing our best to keep it PG.
There will be no Becky G 69 jerseys.
Yeah. No more bad puns from immature boys who don't.
You can put my name on there in 69, but avoid the players' wives. All right.
That's what I want.
All right. So we're gonna do record of the day here. Get going. So my Nas album came in the mail. Light Years. It'll never get opened, but I do have to buy it.
Are you gonna get a second one so you can open it?
I am. So what's annoying about this, right? So this is what they call the day one edition. Love this, but it's just a basic vinyl, right? The day they released the album, they released all the color vinyls. So there's a bright red one I have to order for the same price. So I'm kind of annoyed by that, but whatever. Nas is him and Mos Def / Yasin Bey are my rappers.
Yas is, sorry, Nas is worth it. I'm just excited about this.
This is badass. I love this.
So support your artists if you want them to be around. They don't make any money off streaming. Buy physical media, be a CD, whatever. But
are you going to do like the Taylor Swift fan thing and get like all 15 variants of the album?
They only have 4, and no, I'm not doing that. Mostly because 2 of the variants are signed, and they only made 500 of them, and I'm not paying $400 for those.
Yeah,
so that's some sick shit. I would spend money.
You bet that's going to go up too in the second market.
So, but yeah, it's pretty cool. It comes with a QR code, and there's a personalized "quote unquote" video here too. So
that's
it's pretty
cool.
Dope. But yeah, shout out to Nas, Light Years, my album of the year.
QB.
Shout out to Mass Appeal and the Legend Has It series. 7 albums from New York legends. So shout out to them. All right, Dennis, what do you got?
First of all, the bridge is never over.
Hey, go listen to that album too. It's not just like some burnt out, tired old rapper. Like, it's good shit.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I'm taking it back to my middle school days. To the year was 2001. Linkin Park dropped.
Oh.
Hybrid Theory.
Hey, let's go.
In the end, it doesn't really matter. I'm telling you.
Man, this was very influential on my formative years.
Wait. Is that the one they did the Jay-Z mix with?
No, yeah, eventually, yeah.
Okay, there you
go. But yeah, Hybrid Theory. I mean, this was cutting edge sound at the time, right? Linkin Park was something you had never heard of, right? Like, you'd had, rap rock collabs over the years and stuff, but nobody ever really melted the sound together the way Linkin Park did when they first came out, right? You had you had collaborations, and you had you had the Run DMC Aerosmith collab, and you had all that stuff going on, but you never heard the sound like this before, and it was this was a staple. This was in every car I owned. Always had a copy of this in there as I was growing up. Man, this is I've owned this album in like 18 different formats. So figured we'd bust that one out today.
Yeah, it was a pioneering album too. And when you think about that, like I think a lot of the people that get into Linkin Park now and listen to them now don't realize how progressive of an album that was. It's for all intents and purposes like an evolution of like, I want to say prog rock, but that's not a good example. But yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. Like, it was innovative,
and it was so hard to put in a bucket too, right? Like,
it created its own genre,
right? And Shinoda is an incredible lyricist, and Chester's vocals, and it's a beautiful album. And if you haven't heard it, right? Yep. If you haven't heard it, go listen to it.
Listen to the new album. I don't remember what the lady is. Her vocals, it's a nice contrast.
I featured that album a couple of weeks ago, the From Zero album. Also a great run back and really true to their original sound with a new twist.
Yeah. No, that's one of my favorite Reddit threads is Black people loving rock music, and I'm like, yeah, that's it's at the end of the day, it's one of the genres.
Shout out Paramore
too. So. Wifey loves that band. Not my cup of tea.
They do love Paramore, man.
Yeah, not
the hood loves Paramore.
For sure. All right, Hubert, what you got today?
I'm taking us back to the 70s here.
Ooh,
we're gonna go Styx, The Grand Illusion.
Nice.
I'm a big fan of Styx. Always have been. Dennis DeYoung's a freak. The vocals are insane. This album famously had Come Sail Away on it, which if you've heard, you'd never forget. A lot of people mostly think about the Cartman meme, which it's funny. But man, sit down and listen to it. It's a beautiful song. It's kind of goofy. If you like synth and you like rock, you're going to like Styx. And they were weird. They still are weird. They released an album, I think, a couple of years ago. I can't remember what it's called, but it's pretty good. I can't remember what the main track on it is. Otherwise, I'd plug it here. But check out the new album, too. I know it's not the same group, but they're still putting out some weird, wild stuff. And you can hear a lot of the classic rock influences. They've kind of gone more in the style of arena rock and Queen type stuff, and it's been really fun to watch. But Styx.
No doubt. And as we wrap up this year, I genuinely hope that you develop the love for physical media. And also, don't be like the Swifties that buy vinyls and never listen to them. They are to be used. I know I joke that I don't open all of mine, but I have well over 200-300 of these bad boys. So I play them, like I said, clean the Sunday music, but it is a lot of music, and it's a hobby that can get a little bit expensive, but you can cheap out by $100 for vinyl player and 2 speakers, and you're good to go.
Yeah, there's incredibly reasonable entry level vinyl record players, right? There's turntables out there that are dirt cheap. And if you check out a thrift store, if you check out any place that sells used music, and if you got a half price books near you, sometimes they have some that they're selling, things like that. So incredibly accessible.
Go find yourself a record store with an owner who cares. They'll probably find a way to cut you a deal on some used stuff, man. I got my first record set. Shout out to the Record Lounge in Lansing, because I went in there, said I'm interested in getting into this, but I'm worried about the price, and I'm still paying a lot of bills right now. My wife's going to school, and the owner said, "Oh, well, here, I'll help you out," and put together 3 super cheap pieces of equipment, speakers, turntable, and a little amp, and said, "This will work for now." She said, "Don't worry about it. I'm going to bundle it, and it'll be like, I don't know, you got $100 on you?"
Nice.
So shout out to that. Also, the Styx album I was talking about is called Crash of the Crown. Crash of the Crown. You should check it out. It's a good testament to classic rock.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. We will be continuing this trend in 2026. But speaking of 2026, as far as DBG goes, like I mentioned earlier, we do have some new leadership here. I am now the former president. Dennis is still VP. Hubert and I are now just directors. I think Hubert will also be our ISC rep for
Which
2020.
that's not a change. So
Yeah, pretty much. We're going. I want to shout out to everyone. So we're heading to Denver here in 3 weeks.
Something like
3
that.
weeks for ISC conference. It's being held in Denver. Shout out to what's the supporters group hosting this?
I think that's
Remember?
C38. Yeah.
C38 of the Colorado Rapids, which we will talk about their quote unquote rebrand at another time.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's going to be.
That starts that's the weekend of my birthday. I think it's the first time I've been to ISC on my birthday. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, fun.
Nice. It's a great time. I plan on going, but we'll see how the budget goes. It's a great time. All the supporters groups get together, share ideas, what works, what doesn't work, how to create partnerships, how to create value for us. And then by doing that, we create value for the team. And it just makes this whole thing seem like not such an isolated incident when you realize that there are groups all across the country, be it MLS, USL, NPSL. A couple of the big groups are actually NPSL squads, which are actually, really dope about that. So we will be bringing back the information to you guys. We will, depending on how it goes, if I end up going or if when these guys go, we're going to bring back maybe a couple of videos from that to show you what that's all about. So follow us again, like, share, and subscribe for these videos and the audio on Amazon Music and Spotify. So our next big thing, obviously, we showed you the jerseys at the beginning of the year. We are going to be continuing the tradition that is unlike any other, and it's not the Masters. 24-hour tailgate will be held at Toyota Stadium on the weekend of the 20th. Not doing like we did last year, where our home game last year was 3 games in. This year we are back to having our home game on the very first.
We've got to get a lot of home games in. We've got to squeeze.
Yeah. So we will be having 24-hour tailgate on the 20th, as the season opens on the 21st of February. I got a couple of big things planned. We're gonna iron those out, but it will be 24 hours starting at around 4:00 on a Friday. We're going to be cooking dinner for everyone. There will be libations for everyone. Then we will sleep somewhere. We don't know about that. Some will be camping there. I know at least 1 or 2 RVs are usually showing up. And then early morning breakfast. Last year we had Farrington come out. Usually someone from the team comes in.
The big dog stopped by and had some coffee with us.
Yeah. So it's a good time to be had by all. It's like I said, it's a tradition like any other. So I'm glad we're continuing that. There will be some big changes next year as far as tailgates and watch parties go. We'll announce that once we iron it out. There's also going to be changes on our location at some point throughout the season because of construction at the stadium.
Weird year, buddy.
Yeah, like I said, follow us on socials. Follow us through the newsletter for texts and emails. We will keep you informed best we can. This podcast, obviously, is one of the forward-facing things. So we will inform you as it goes along.
Let's just run that down real quick. The week leading up to a game, usually Wednesday or Thursday, we get out the post of where we're going to be, what we're going to be doing every week. Things are going to be in flux a lot this season, right? We've got this weird early start of the season. We're going to be playing a bunch of home games. We've got the World Cup break that's going to take place. After we get back from the World Cup break, we're going to be on the road a lot. So a bunch of watch parties on the back half of the season. Dallas will not have any home games between May and September. So there's going to be a long break. So we're going to get together. We're going to do some shit. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have some watch parties. We might have some World Cup watch parties. We might have all sorts of stuff going on. Just keep us engaged, keep us involved. like I said, the Wednesday or Thursday before game on X, on Facebook, on Instagram, in our Discord channel, in the Third Degree Discord channel, and on YouTube on this podcast. You will hear and see where we will be that week, whether we will be tailgating or at a bar, or which bar we're watching a game at, or where we're going to be doing non-FC Dallas related events, World Cup events, other stuff that's going on. So please follow that stuff. That's our way of keeping in touch with you. If you want to know what's going on, check out those places. And if you're interested in us posting in other places, if you're interested in seeing posts on another social media platform that maybe we don't use, give us a shout out. Let us know where you want the information to be.
Go find Dennis at his local bar. He'll keep you updated.
Yeah, that's fine too.
Yeah.
Just pull up next to me.
As always, if you see any of us in public, feel free to tap us on the shoulder and we'll buy you a drink.
Tell us how out of touch we are.
Yeah,
basically, tell us how.
I know I am.
Tell us how we're wrong, and the 4-4-2 is the best formation in the world. So
no, it's the children who are wrong.
Just like I said, we want to engage with you guys so that we can be better in leadership and do the best we can for you guys, which will then lead to better atmosphere in the stadium. Again, we're going to be in flux like we were with the Hall of Fame construction. Right now, they're doing the West East.
Yeah, the next 2 years are going to be weird, guys. Let's go.
So,
let's dive in.
But next year is a big year, World Cup year, along with a lot of stuff. So let's do what we can to grow the sport as much as we can for the future, like they did in '94. Is there anything else, guys, before we move on to next subjects?
No, go buy a jersey. They're badass.
Yeah, shout out to new leaders. We're excited for them. It's exciting to have them. The community outreach position is still open if you're interested in such a thing. If you have any questions about it, reach out on Discord, Instagram, whatever. We can give you an idea of what the role does. It's a little weird to try to cover on a podcast, but we do have one officer role open.
There we go. So as we review 2025, it's been a stressful year. Lots of things happen, but again, we love it and we appreciate all you guys. So 2025, what are your quick thoughts on FC Dallas before we go to the rest of this? How do you think the year went for 2025 in summary?
I want to start off with predictions here real quick. I definitely think I had a much better prediction than where we ended up. Obviously, from the acceptance of the Lucho deal and everything, thinking that would turn out better. In context of how it actually progressed and how it ended, I'd say it was if I'm putting an out of 10 value, I would say like a 6 or 7 out of 10. If I'm saying just, do I think it was successful despite the things that went wrong? Yeah, I'd say it was a successful season. So vacuum and context are different for me, which is what's really hard there. Overall, though, I think we can all agree that we'd like to see this team try to do more, and their mistakes are obvious, and the roster building issues have been obvious to us. So, timid success, I guess I'll say.
Timid success. I personally think that's a fallacy, and never mind. Slippery slope.
This is a family show. I'd appreciate if you wouldn't talk about fallacies.
I think if I'm not mistaken, I think next year we're going to write down our predictions so we can refer back to them.
We should, because I don't want to go watch that episode.
yeah, fair enough. Oh, that was a terrible. We've gotten better, which is weird to say. 2025, I think I was aiming at around 6 or 7 in the West, and I think that's basically where we finished.
I think I said 5th or 6th, right? Do you guys remember?
I think you were a little higher than me.
I think I went highest.
Anyone who's a regular listener of this pod, I'm Mr. Pessimistic, so I'm always
Scott. That's you. We need you to put this information together. And
yeah, for sure. I think I was 6th or 7th, which is where we finished. I think Musa. I said if Musa stayed healthy, he'd be a Golden Boot contender, and he kind of was. But there was the birth of his child, slight injury, and I think he still ended up 7th in the goal race. If I looked at the chart at the end of the season, so we've got a goal scorer. If he stays healthy, we're good to go. All the things we said at the beginning of the season happened at the end of the season. We needed the center back. We didn't fix that. It showed itself, and we ended up where we ended up. What's frustrating is as we go into 2026, all those things still stand, and we're not fixing them. So rinse, repeat. But all things being said, I think for us personally, on a personal note, for DBG, I think we started off in one position, and I think we ended off better. We had some new blood come in. We had some plans that we laid out on the back end, stuff that you guys don't see, and we got those for the most part done. This podcast was one of my big goals for the beginning of the season, and we made it throughout the season with growth. And I still want to thank all the lunatics who come up to me and Dennis and Hubert and mention that they listen to this. I had someone complain that I forgot to upload the audio version of the last pod.
Yeah, that was wild.
That was absolutely crazy.
There's dozens of us. Dozens.
Oh, goodness gracious. I love you guys. I really do appreciate it. And we will be getting better. The duck in the top corner won't be here next season. We're getting better graphics. We will be working at it. So thank you guys. But yeah, Dennis, 2025 in review for FC Dallas.
So I think my prediction was that they would be. I think these were my exact words. Somebody can quote me and go back and pull this up. But I believe I said they would be in a play-in spot and on decision day fighting to make it into a full-fledged playoff spot, which is precisely what happened. How we got there is not how I would have predicted how we got there, the Lucho saga and everything else that came with that. But the season opened up like dog shit, and we did not have a home win for the entire first half of the season.
Oh, that was miserable.
That was miserable. I think that was the shittiest part of the season for me was that and losing possession of all of our trophies. Those two things for me were very disappointing. I agree with Hubert's assessment of 6.5, 6.5 out of 10. I think somewhere between a 6 and a 7. I think. Thank you, Marcus.
Okay, it's bad when the dad jokes come out, but yeah, we got you. Go ahead.
No, I think I think they're in a decent position that. We go get a real DP number 10, and we support the midfield and we hedge our bets with what we have in the midfield currently. We don't know what Pax is going to look like coming back. I think there's an opportunity for them to get better this year, and they can move into a number 4, number 5 spot. I think this year it's a good opportunity. It depends upon whether they're willing to go after the right pieces. And I haven't seen any of that yet, but the window opens up in a couple days, so we'll see what happens from there.
Yes, indeed.
How do you feel about DBG this year?
How do I feel that this was a lot of fun? I had a lot of fun with tailgates and watch parties and this podcast and all the shit that we do, social media. For those that don't know, I'm usually the one behind the Twitter account, which has been a lot of fun this year, especially interacting with the club and interacting with some of you lunatics out there and some of that fun stuff. So I've had a lot of fun, and I'm really happy to see this group starting to grow again and become a little bit like it once was, right? Some of getting back to some of the heyday, and I want to see that continue to go. And again, much like how I feel about the club, I think we could have done a little bit better, but there was room for improvement. But I think we're in the right position going into this next season, where we can really take a major leap forward again.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And part of that is our participation in ISC, where we will share our experiences and learn from others, and that's pretty dope. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing everyone there. Looking forward to seeing Peter. We need to buy him a drink for that loss in MLS Cup for sure.
Oh yeah, but believe me, he will have plenty of drinks bought for him.
That's most definite. Actually, I think we should probably do an interview series with a couple of the people there too. So that should be a fun time.
A
good idea. Yeah,
I'll be a mini mic.
Yeah. So let's. Again, it's not guaranteed I'm going. So
Mini Mike, you talking about Michael Barrios?
Yeah, that's too. Pocket Square. Yeah, so I may not be going, but yeah, look forward to that. We might get some interviews with other groups. One of them, of course, shout out to Third Rail, found us. So yeah, I think that might be a good thing. Interview series with those guys for 2026, ramping up into the World Cup.
He said 420 for Denver.
Yep.
There we go. All right. So going into 2025, we're going to review soccer in a whole in America, not North America, just America. So we're going to call this segment Winners and Losers. The winners, in my eyes, is...
Thank you for including the only one here that matters.
Tulsa, yes.
Miami? Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So the winners are... We have... Oh, I actually just realized they put the star above Tampa Bay already. That sucks. And then you
wow. Yeah,
that's
weird.
crazy.
That was last season. That doesn't even count.
Yeah, but it was in.
It was a warm-up season.
Yeah, it was in calendar year 2025.
Look,
So
it's a whole.
We're already halfway through the next season. This doesn't count. Get them off of there.
Don't tell them that. They're gonna take the shield away from us.
Oh dear. So shout out Up the Bats.
Yep, Up the Bats.
Obviously, shout out to One Knox. They're the only ones that did the double. Which I don't think the women can do a double because then does NWSL have a player shield or
yes, Kansas City won it. We talked about this ad nauseum.
Right, at the best soccer team in North America. I think we did mention them.
I think you mean in all sports.
In all sports, basically. Yeah, no. So shout out to them. One Knox did the double. Tampa Bay are the 24-25 champions, but within the calendar year.
I hate them so much.
Inter Miami did Inter Miami things. Shout out to Lionel Messi and the boys down there.
No, we don't shout out to them. No shout out.
Shout out to Miami legend goalkeeper St. Clair.
St. Clair, yeah.
Dane St. Clair moving. What a move that was,
look,
huh?
Yeah. For me, I think the most exciting thing was Tulsa hosting it and it being just the event that they created. I know, Marcus, you were there. It was so cool.
Oh, for sure. It was. I want to thank those guys and ladies and guys for welcoming me and Bailey there. Bailey as ISC president, so they had a reason to welcome. I was just a straight.
They have no choice. They have to welcome her.
Yeah. I was just a straight guy from Dallas who showed
up.
No,
they don't.
Yeah, for sure. No. It was right down there. Where that stadium is really dope. I want to congratulate them on their future plans for future home for sure. But yeah, these are the winners of 2025. It was a good season. Everybody completed it. There's obviously with USL a lot of off-field nonsense. CBA not getting done in time. So, well, USL championship anyway. Everybody else will be fine.
Right.
But yeah, Inter Miami doing what Inter Miami does. MLS admitting that the Apple deal was a failure and backtracking is always a good thing to see.
I think we have a different opinion on what that actually means. I don't know if they classified that as a failure. I think there's some other things at play. Running it back. What are we doing? Running it back?
Backtrack.
Jay Uso.
Shuffleboard. No, but all in all, I think for soccer in North America, it was another successful season of growth on multiple levels. 2026 aims to be another growth year with more teams and, more importantly, more soccer-specific stadiums at all levels. I think Miami gets theirs this year, and
I think so.
And Etihad Park in New York is delayed till 27, right? Or are they going to be in 26 as well?
I believe they're 27. I could be wrong about that, though.
Yeah, I mean, based on what the stadium looks like, I'm saying 27, but who knows?
Yeah,
they might try to get it for the end of the year. So
it is, it is union builders there. So
who do you guys think had the most fun season out of these? Who's the most fun to watch?
I mean, that's easy for me, right? I got to go.
I think I'm on Dennis's side here, but I'm interested to hear the opinions.
I think Gotham was the most fun season out of all of these. I mean, especially considering how they snuck into the playoffs and then kicked the shit out of everybody the entire way through.
I don't know about kick the shit. I want to say FC Tulsa, I feel sorry for you guys. Wait, I just made a mistake. Tulsa did not win.
No, they didn't. They didn't. No, Tulsa didn't win. I was wondering if the
never mind. This is going to be edited out of
Pittsburgh won. Pittsburgh won. Yes.
All right, I'm going to say shout out to Tulsa.
We're just going to pretend that there's a Pittsburgh graphic there and not a Tulsa graphic.
Look, shout out to
Marcus
Tulsa.
will edit that in post.
Shout out to Tulsa being in a final for a national trophy. All right, I still think they're winners, even if they didn't win the whole.
No, they are winners.
Yeah,
because I was there. Here's the funny bit. You know why I thought they won? Pittsburgh has the distinction of winning, having only scored one goal in the playoffs. That's like
when FC Dallas got knocked out of playoffs by never losing a game.
Yes. Oh my God. I want to apologize to Pittsburgh. I did not do that on purpose, like the USL did on CBS when they didn't show your trophy celebration. This was on accident.
You all heard it here first. Marcus is a first-class Riverhounds hater.
Yes, I am.
Wait, Dennis, don't you actively hate the city of Pittsburgh?
No, that's Philadelphia.
Oh, okay. Sorry, they're all Pennsylvania.
I feel like I should be playing
Fireworks.
I should be playing Black and Yellow in the background. Shout out to Whisper. Oh, I can't believe I made that mistake.
Look, one of us will buy a Riverhounds jersey to make up for it.
Oh, most definitely. But yes, those are the winners. Clearly, I'm not a winner because I didn't notice I made that mistake until halfway through the segment. But shout out to One Knox.
Shows you how much attention we actually all pay to the graphics you put up here.
That's a fact. Shout out to One Knox for winning the double. Shout out to Gotham for squeaking into the playoffs and then proceeding to beat the team I call the best team in North America.
Hey, look, last seed winning it all is so much fun. Shout out to my wife, by the way, who won her fantasy football championship today as the last seed in.
Shout out to your wife.
Support women's sports? I don't know.
Always support women's sports.
Women in STEM.
Yeah, that too. Speaking of women in sports, apparently the PWHL played a game here randomly last
American
night.
Airlines, yep.
Yeah. Honestly, if I'd had more heads up, I might have tried.
Exactly. I found out about it on the Darts Transit. Darts Transit Reddit. It's the craziest thing.
There's been more women's hockey on TV the last few weeks too. It's been kind of cool.
No, it's pretty dope. When you play in a what you would call a dead zone of sports, there's not really much to compete with. But yeah, so now we're gonna do 2025 losers, this graphic I got correct.
Oh, so, I thought it was a picture of me for a second. Damn.
Oh my goodness,
we're good.
2025 soccer losers are Texoma FC, which turned out to be one and done. I think we all kind of guessed this about halfway through the season, right?
They're moving further up into the Texoma region now and down, so further north and down a league.
We definitely didn't feel good about it.
No, they're moving south and down a league, so they're moving down twice because they're.
Are they moving south? I thought they were moving further up north.
No, they're moving to Salina, brand new or not brand
new.
No. He's talking about the Denison team.
The Denison team, yeah. So Texoma is moving to Denison. The new club is the rodeo is in Salina.
Confusion. But anyways, all right.
The actual Texoma FC that will be playing in League
2.
The brand name is moving to Denison. So they're moving out of Sherman. They're moving further up into no man's land up there.
That's nice. I mean, I'm joking here when I say RIP. It still exists, obviously. So does North Carolina in some extent, but they won't be competing in the leagues they were competing in 2026 for business reasons. I think we all kind of assumed Texoma wouldn't survive. That was a market that never made sense when they announced it, and it makes
it was exciting until the first game got played.
Yes.
Until the whistle blew.
Yes. Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. A quote attributed to Mike Tyson, but even Mike said, "I've never said that." So,
you know who else got punched in the face? Jake Paul.
Oh my goodness. Actually, I want to shout out safe recovery to Anthony Joshua, who got in an accident in Nigeria. Lost both. I think they said friends, but I think it was his trainers. He was in the back seat. That's got to suck from the high of the high to this. Proving once again that life is what it is. You can ride a roller coaster. You're up 1 minute, you're down another. So I wish him condolences for his loss and quick and speedy recovery. They said the news kept reporting that he suffered minor injuries, but if anyone who's ever been in a car accident, there's no such thing. My condolences.
Just a quick reminder as someone who does EMS and fire service stuff. Cars are more dangerous than most of the things you do. Just treat them with respect.
Most definitely. Also,
I'm going to drive 150 miles an hour on 75 and leave the scene of an accident if one happens. Oh no, I don't play. I don't play.
At that speed, you might not.
Yes.
I don't play for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Also, I do want to mention, if you see an accident or something tragic happens, if your first instinct is to pull out your phone, go fuck yourself. And I mean,
if you're pulling out your phone, it should be to call 911, not to take the photo or video.
No. I think people who know what I mean. If your first instinct is to pull your phone out when something tragic happens, go fuck yourself. And I mean that with all due disrespect. Anyways, RIP also to North Carolina, but also fuck that owner for doing it when he did it. Why announce you're not?
Yeah,
coming
what
back
the everything about that, man. Like
right
we've talked
before-
about it, but it's just frustrating.
Yeah, right before a playoff game. Luckily, I've been keeping track of the Texoma and North Carolina players. More than half the teams, both those teams, those players have signed with other professional
I'm
teams
happy to hear that. Yeah.
for 2026. I think three Texoma players are going to one's going to the Cosmos and two are going to Miami.
There were some bright spots on that team despite it not being great.
No, for sure. There's quality there. They went on a run after the coach changed. They went on a run there of winning, or at least their goal output went up.
They adapted, and they adapted well at that point, which was good. Remind me, does the North Carolina FC thing affect their women's team?
No, that's the thing that annoys me.
Which almost makes it even worse.
Yes, he's saying, "Oh, I can't fund this team. I'm just going to wait for Division One." But yeah, it's frustrating because he's like, "I can't get people out to this game." Meanwhile, the women's team average, I think, an additional 4,000 people than the men's team. So obviously, it's something you're doing.
Which is also crazy. I just got back from North Carolina. I was out there all last week for the holidays, and I was on the other side of the state, and I was near the home of the Carolina Corps, and I saw their merch everywhere. Everywhere I went, I saw Carolina Corps merch, and their stadium seats 5,000. They play in a minor league baseball stadium, and they're an independent next pro team. So if you can't make it in that state, maybe you're just a shitty business person.
Yeah. So, but yeah, rest in peace. We'd say jokingly, obviously. We look forward to Rodeo eventually figuring out what the hell they need to figure out. I think Texoma will do better at USL 2 with more local competition. Diablos, McKinney. There's another third division team that I can't remember right now, or fourth division team that I can't remember right now.
Not McKinney?
No, I said McKinney, Denton. There's one more. I can't remember.
Eventually Fort Worth and Atletico at some point will be in Fort Worth's supposed to be Division 1, right?
No, we're talking about
USL 2.
USL 2. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, the Vaqueros, are they USL 2? Can't remember.
No, they're still NPSL, which is funny because they're a Hitch team, and almost all Hitch teams are moving to USL 2 now. So
I think NPSL is pretty much done for.
On its last legs, yeah. They got sued by Tulsa for some nonsense, and I think there's a mass exodus going on at NPSL. But yes, USL Fort Worth should be championship with an eye on Division 1 because big enough market, and to be honest, that would be the best business idea for them. All right, so as we're halfway through the USL Super League season, so I just want to give a quick wrap around here. This is where the ladies stand mid-season here,
just outside of or just in a playoff spot, but in striking distance, man.
Yeah, they are tied on points with one less game played to Carolina Ascent, and then Lexington, who had a massive lead early in this table, got caught by the newcomer Sporting Jacks. Those ladies have really put in work. I watched a lot of Sporting Jacks team, and they look like a serious contender.
Yeah, they look phenomenal.
I am looking forward to one of these teams being in the Champions League, the Women's Champion League in 26 for sure. That should be entertaining, barring any foreseen, unless CONCACAF decides to do some fuck shit. As the rule stands, if you're a Division 1 team after 2 professional seasons, you then qualify for the Champions League. So echo on that, Mike. So yeah, looking forward to that. Do we want to wrap up? Do you want to give any thoughts on Trinity thus far, halfway through the season, Hubert?
I just want to say that it's nice that they've kind of returned to a decent form here the last few weeks. That's been nice. I think some of the fans were getting exhausted with the way some of the things were going. I don't think any of the hardcore fans abandoned the team, but you definitely saw some attendance issues. I don't know if that had to do with the performance or if it was just weird timing and stuff like that. But, strung 4 games without a loss, which is really nice. And tying Lexington is not a joke. So happy to have gotten – I made the joke in the stands. We started chanting 3-point tie, 3-point tie. So, yeah, I'm just happy with how it ended. The team's been really supportive of the supporters groups. And, if you weren't at the game, we were out there singing Christmas carols to the players' names and stuff, and that was a lot of fun.
No, that was dope.
That was really fun. That's all I got.
No, for
Dennis
sure.
probably has more of a tactical thought than I do.
No, shout out to Lexington. That was a great game. They are 14 unbeaten, and if you look at this table, they've played 14, so they have
God,
not
that's
lost
awesome.
a game. Which is funny. They have not lost a game all season.
Yeah, but they have like 9 ties, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. They're second, so it's really weird. Let's see if they can be our version of Arsenal 99, I think, right? The Invincibles, if I'm not mistaken. 99, 2000, I think was that year. That's pretty dope. So, yeah. Any thoughts on that, Dennis? Mid-season coverage.
Well, I think a big, I guess, fear that I have right now is that Tamara Bolt is gone. Her loan is up, so she's been returned to
Don't
her home
remind
club.
me.
Which means this team is, I think, lacking some attacking speed. Obviously, with Lexi Misimo back, it changes the game and changes the dynamic a little bit. But Tamara has proven over the past few weeks to really be that outside speedster and really just be able to make those line-breaking runs and get in behind defenses, and that really opens up in this league, especially when you've got some keepers that are a little undersized and whatever else is going on there. So,
can I say something about Bolt real quick while you're on that subject? For anybody who listened to the season preview, I don't remember if it was on this or the Pegasus post game, but Bolt was my player to watch for the year, and I had said at the beginning of the season that whichever way Bolt goes, the team will go, and now I'm really, really sad.
And now she's gone. One thing to note, obviously the club has not announced this anywhere, but as she was leaving after the last game, she was carrying an away shirt. They were obviously wearing their home kits. She was carrying an away shirt that was signed by the rest of the team. It looked like a parting gift, if you will. So that's a major concern. I am really interested to see what general manager Chris Petroselli does for this club. We've seen a lot of head coach Chris Petroselli. We haven't seen a lot from general manager Chris Petroselli because he's been playing that head coaching role. And one of the things that he did talk about in his post-game presser was looking for a coach. So there is a possibility that January 31st, we are looking at somebody else that might be out there. I know Dan Crook is doing a full write-up on the season so far and what to look forward to for next season. So check out Third Degree if you're interested in reading more about that. But like I said, I would expect to see somebody else coaching this team in the second half, so general manager Petroselli can do his job and start bringing in some new blood. I think a big point of this league overall, obviously halfway through the second season now, this league is really developed on loans, and I think that is not sustainable, especially when you're playing a different season calendar from the other top division in the country, right? NWSL plays on what you call the MLS summer schedule right now. USL plays on the European window, which is strange considering things are flipping on the men's side, but whatever. We won't get into that too much, but just these teams need to build, right? And I know these are very much low level as far as financials go. These are entry level clubs. These are still very much startup businesses. The Gainbridge Super League is very much a startup business. They're nowhere near profitability as a league. I don't believe any of these clubs are individually profitable either. Even the ones that are attached to men's sides, I don't think that they're individually profitable. But we need to up the quality of player here if we're going to compete with the rest of the world, and if we're going to compete with, frankly, the NWSL, right? And so as far as Trinity go, I would really be excited to see some moves that bolster this offense and fill in some of the gaps that have been left behind by the departures of major names like Sam Meza, who you can argue was replaced by Lexi Misimo, but you've got Deb Abiodun, who was never really filled in. Gracie Bryan's done a great job of filling in for her, but she is not to the quality yet in her young career of where Deb Abiodun is, and now we'll see who the fill-in is for Tamara Bolt and where that leads us. So looking forward, cautiously optimistic, I think, is where I stand on that.
Yeah, look, once Lexi got back and we saw some of her unlocking passes happening, Bolt was a huge part of that, and I think that was a huge part of why we were successful these last 4 games. So yeah, I'm concerned until they get a good replacement. We've seen some flashes that have been good from players like Strawn, but yeah, I don't know. It really sucks to keep losing players on loans that have been key players.
Yeah, and that's is my point there that we've got to be able to plug those holes long term and not rely on players that are going to be gone halfway through a season, right? That I think is the most frustrating part, is when you have loanies that are performing well, and when they start performing well, you lose them.
Look, on top of that, one of the things that's pissing me off as a fan is that we're talking about Petrocelli looking for a coach halfway through the season, and that was a good chunk of why the team had a weird split in the season last year. It was bringing in a coach. Obviously, it had to do with a lot of issues beyond just hiring the coach, but getting a coach mid-season is not conducive.
Well, they had a coach in
successful
place.
Season.
They had a coach in place to start the season. She just wasn't able to get her paperwork in time.
Sure. But yeah, I get it. But now you've started a cycle. If you keep running the cycle of because the hiring process takes time, right? So I just hope we don't get stuck in a cycle of hiring a coach mid-season. We'll see. I think once you get a good coach and that doesn't get canned or doesn't leave, then it'll work itself out. But it's not healthy for a team.
I think Dallas Trinity forgets what calendar they're running. I think they think they're on the spring to fall instead of fall to spring. It's like, yeah, you don't hire in December, you hire in June. I'd
like to hear the conversations that are happening in the front office about Petrocelli being the coach versus the GM. And
don't you work there at this point? Can't you just give him a call and find out what's going on?
That's a fact.
It's inside.
Yeah, it's we should probably have a future discussion on both in NWSL and Super League not doing a draft anymore.
Yeah.
Combines are great, but not sufficient in some aspects.
Well, I think, like you said, unless they're like 2.5 weeks long at least.
Yeah. These teams are kind of young, so none of them had academies except for maybe Lexington because they've been around for a minute, but everybody else is a brand new club. So yeah, it's going to take time to build your own talent. So if you're going to be dependent on loans, you're going to have to structure those loans so that the NPSL team or the NWSL team loses that player basically all year. So they have to make a calculation like, do I need this player this season?
Yeah, but that's, I mean, any loan, you could always recall a loan, but I think, when you're dealing with the women's side of the game here, you're dealing with smaller rosters, you're dealing with, fewer dollars to spend, right? So when a player is balling out down somewhere else, when you loan them out, you got to bring them back home. And it's that's what is most important to the top club. This is not, this isn't Manchester City where you can, put 30 people on your bench and, you can have 150 players in reserve and loan them out and, never see them again.
And to be fair, that's the point of the loan, right?
Right.
Yeah. The point of the loan is to have them out until they're good enough to bring back.
Yeah, fair enough. But
it's frustrating when you're the team that's being loaned to, but that's a whole thing.
We'll see. Hopefully after this league gets a little stability,
right?
Players, women players from college will actively make the choice to sign with them instead of
right. It's probably just growing pains, but it's annoying as a fan.
No, I agree with you. I completely agree with you. Luckily, NWSL have been making gestures that they might change their schedule. So, in the future, this might not be an issue. So, but yeah, that is 2025 for Trinity. We look forward to seeing you guys back on July 31st, right?
January.
January, yeah. No, you said July.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, you got a J. That's
January 31st. Again, between the Tulsa mistake and everything else, it's been a long week.
This week doesn't count, Marcus. Remember.
That's a fact. Too much eggnog is the problem. We're gonna blame that. So now looking forward to our resolutions for 2026. I resolved to not
stop smoking. No, did that
already. I resolved to not going bankrupt to see any of these World Cup games. That's my resolution.
Too late. Sorry, I'm already there.
I don't want to hear it until I know for a fact Jamaica's not in it.
That's a fact. I'm holding the money.
We're all rooting for it. All right.
Yo, Marcus, just a Bogart bomb. I mean, I wouldn't call this a bomb, but Bogart news just coming out right now as we speak here. Several MLS clubs have inquired for highly rated NYCFC homegrown and Jamaica international forward Seymour Reed. So, Reed might be on the move.
Reed might not get another call up. Anyways, all
right. Well, I figured you might be interested in some Jamaica news. Not me for trying.
No, I appreciate you. Shout out to Jamaica International. Is it Ian Prey from that won MLS Cup this year? Which is weird. Never knew that kid was Jamaican until like 2 months ago. It's absolutely crazy.
The flag just kind of pops up in random people's names.
Yeah, it's just like weird.
Funny.
Yeah, it's as side note, as a Jamaican national, the U.S. doesn't have to worry about this as much anymore, right? There was a time where there was will he be a Mexican or American national? I think that has died off now. Jamaica will still have to deal with that. Is like, can I make the national team of the country I played for, i.e., England? If the answer is no, then I'm Jamaican. I get it. I understand.
Nah, it's still a thing in the U.S. Mexico.
Who was the last player? Luna, I think, was the last one. There was any.
That's
real,
recent,
like,
buddy. That's
yeah,
recent.
Fair enough.
I mean, Luna was one of the few that the U.S. actually won, right? Like the U.S. actually won out on that.
Well, Pepe was one of them.
Pepe was one of them. Zendejas.
That's true. But yeah, so shout out, ready for 2026. So, you gentlemen, give me your opinion. What are you looking forward to? Obviously, the World Cup is the big thing, but what are you looking forward to for 2026? Me, I'll go first. I'm looking forward to traveling for La Lower Division Soccer. I think we're all planning on making a Cosmos trip, right? The third iteration
that is
of the Cosmos.
Fourth, I think, technically, but sure.
Right. Yeah, sure. I'm looking forward to opening. I think USL is opening 3 stadiums on the lower division, right? Greenville, Fort Wayne, and can't remember the third off the top of my head. Oh, Corpus Christi. Soccer specific stadiums. So
at least 2 of those I'll try to get to.
Yeah, Corpus for sure. Cosmos is a yes. We'll see what Fort Wayne Stadium looks fantastic. I don't foresee me going to Fort Wayne for any particular reason, but shout out to those guys. But yeah, so that's my growth. My growth, lower division, but not just growth in teams, but growth in infrastructure. Right. I know that's one of the things the players union there is complaining about is professional standards as far as it goes to like facilities.
I mean, Marcus, you've been banging that drum too for a while.
Yes, I've always said the PLS shouldn't.
It matters more than anything.
Yeah, the PLS should not be concerned with the capacity of the stadium, but what the facilities are. Right. I can always put bleacher seats and make 15,000, but no one's going to consider that a professional stadium. Right. So that's the thing I bang my drum on for. But so I'm looking forward to that. Obviously, 27 is marked for another big growth year after the World Cup, especially locally with Atletico getting ready to go. But that's my big thing, right? If Jamaica makes it, obviously, bankruptcy is a thing that might happen. But I'm looking forward to what an expanded World Cup looks like. 48 teams is new. I'm trying to see if there'll be any lopsided score lines, right? Cape Verde is obviously one. Curacao is another one. There are some teams here that are not used to being on the big stage and might get outclassed in a major way. So that's what I'm worried about. I'm looking to see which giant doesn't perform well, like Germany did in Brazil. Or sorry,
Russell
like
Wilson. Sorry.
Yeah. Like Brazil did to Germany. Anyways.
Not the New York Giants. Sorry.
Yeah,
well, if you ask my fantasy team, Tyrone Tracy's the answer there, but that's a whole other discussion.
I'm on Planes with Giants. I'm Bill Parcells. I get it. Shout out to Nas. Great line by the boy.
It's an incredible line.
Yeah. But yeah, so 2026 is going to be a fantastic year. Lots of travel, starting obviously with ISC and continuing on from there. But yeah, it's a World Cup year in North America. I mean, we can't really overstate what that means. Now, will it lead to the same amount? Well, not same amount. Will it lead to growth to the extent 94 did? I think not. Mostly because I think the more I look into it, U.S. Federation abdicated a lot of. Let's put it this way: the U.S. Federation is on a fundraising run right now to get $50 million to expand youth soccer in this country. I'm going to repeat that. The country that's hosting the World Cup is on a fundraising run right now to get $50 million. That should not be a sentence I say at all, ever.
That's what FIFA's that's FIFA's cut of one game at Jerry World. That's like of the parking in one parking lot. FIFA's cut of one parking lot at Jerry World.
Yes. So again, this is disappointing for reasons that I cannot express without cursing. But yeah, so those are my 2026 infrastructure growth at the lower division level and the 2026 World Cup in a place I can actually go more easily. But we'll talk about surge pricing another time. Dennis, what's your 2026 look like as far as soccer in North America?
Well, I already have tickets to one World Cup game. I will be at the Japan Amsterdam game. But I managed to luck into those months and months ago, and
Hey,
so
make sure you clean up after. Okay.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
one
Well,
thing.
I was gonna go sit with the Amsterdam supporters and
Fuck
leave a
the
mess.
Dutch.
No. Sorry for interrupting. Go ahead.
And I'm also I would really like to find a way to get to the England Croatia game, because two of my favorite things I can do in that game is one, root for Peter Musa, and root against the English. So two of my favorite things of all time there. So I'm really trying to get to go to that one, but we'll see. Other than that, like I'm looking forward to DBG shit, man. I'm looking forward to watch parties and pre-games and tailgates and bars and hanging out with all you sick fucks watching soccer, right? Like that's what that's what I really am looking forward to. The local game, right? The local stuff that we do here. Looking forward to getting out to back to Trinity games this year too. Continuing to write about that. That's been a lot of fun. Like I've really just enjoyed that. And then back half of the season, hoping to get some road trips in for FC Dallas, since we're gonna have that long road stint. I'd like to put together a couple of road games, see if we can, I don't know exactly where we're going. I don't have the schedule up in front of me.
Well, reach out to leadership about what games you'd like to be able to go to. Maybe
yes,
we can
please.
get a group thing going together.
Please.
Like if we get enough people together, we can get a link for it, and the other teams will work with us.
Yeah, we can get ticketing links. I mean, if we've got enough people that are interested too, we can potentially even find a travel agent that might be able to hook us up with some travel packages. Even if it's a couple bucks off an airline ticket or off a hotel room, or free breakfast at a hotel or something else like that. Depending upon the amount of people we have, the more bargaining power we have. So there's games you guys are interested, please reach out to me directly on that Discord, wherever. Reach out to us too if you don't have my info, but reach out to me directly, because I want to put together some of those trips next year. I'm really looking forward to some of that. Obviously excited to see. I'm in the same boat as Marcus right now. Marcus is waiting on whether Jamaica actually makes it. I'm waiting to see whether or not Italy actually makes it. So there's that. Looking forward to all of that, man, and just another season of getting drunk at Toyota Stadium.
Yeah. Also, fuck FIFA. Why are you having all these playing games in March? Why do we have to wait?
It's so wild.
Right,
that should be
before,
happening right now. That should be happening right now.
I don't get that. So to refer back to the road trip, so 2026 schedule, our last home game for the summer is going to be May 13th, at which point we go on a trip to San Diego, a trip to Colorado, a trip to Portland, a trip to San Diego, a trip to Los Angeles Galaxy, a trip to Austin, a trip to Salt Lake, a trip to Vancouver, and a trip to St. Louis before we are back here on September 5th.
Hey, so St. Louis is an easy trip.
St. Louis is an easy trip. That's a good one. Are we in
Portland's
New York,
a cheap
or are we
flight,
host New
isn't it?
York this year? Or do we host New Jersey, or are we in New Jersey?
Oh, now you're gonna change it. Yeah, let me see here. Let me scroll down.
I know we don't play NYCFC. I know we play Red Bulls. I'm looking for the schedule.
We do not play either of those teams, sir, just to help you out.
We play Red Bulls.
Sorry, never mind. Yes, we play Red Bulls on May 2nd in New Jersey at Sports Illustrated Stadium. I'm never going to get used to saying that.
Red Bull Arena. That might be. I have to check Cosmo's schedule, see what's going on, see if they're up and running, and
pulling that up right now. So Hubert, while you go over what you're looking for in 26, I will look up the Cosmo schedule.
In 26, let's see. The World Cup's the obvious, but I want to take that deeper. I'm excited for my national team to play games that fucking matter again. It's been a nightmare.
What are you talking about? The Gold Cup and the Nations League matter.
Yeah, they mattered when we weren't the undisputed most trophies in the Gold Cup. The Nations League,
debatable.
That's 100% a fact. But
what are you, a Yankee fan? Oh, check the rings. Like, I don't even do that.
Oh, you're a Yankee fan.
I am.
No, I was just saying a fact. But anyway, I'm just excited to get back to actual competitive soccer with the national team, because even those tournaments in the past cycle were just to figure out depth for both the U.S. and Mexico. It's been so frustrating to me.
Sorry to interrupt. That if we want to make a trip to Maine, we can for that weekend for the.
I have no interest in going to Maine. That's
the
a state that is not worth my time.
Okay, so Portland Hearts of Pine plays the Cosmos on that same week, or
we'll have a shiny new toy by then, probably.
Fair enough. All right, yeah, go ahead, Mexico.
Anyway, so getting back to actual competitive international soccer for the U.S. and Mexico as a Mexico supporter, but like it's also been frustrating not being able to watch the U.S. So I'm excited for ISC stuff this year. Obviously, we have a big conference every year. We're doing it in Denver this year, but this year will be special because it's a World Cup year, and we will likely be working closer with a similar contingency in Europe of supporters from Europe. I think that'll be fun to build some connections and try to grow a little bit. I'm excited about the J League switching their schedule. I think that's this year. Yep. I think that'll be really exciting. Other than that, I'm more of a steady as she goes person when it comes to my soccer. I get excited at the beginning of the season. I enjoy watching the battles. My go-to English team is Brentford, so I like a mid-table team that's fighting for different stuff. So just excited to keep the cycle going. Yeah, I don't have much else.
No doubt. Yeah, I'm looking at the Cosmos schedule right now, and I think the play might be Westchester Cosmos.
That is not a far ride from Newark. With any luck, the Devils are playing home that weekend too. We catch a hockey game.
Yeah, so that might be the play. Or I think the Cosmos play Brooklyn at Coney Island. So that might be another one. So
that might be a move. We might be able to head in. I mean, May's a good time of the year. We might be able to sneak in and catch some Knicks basketball.
Yeah, for sure. So it'll be a fun time. Yeah, the Cosmos play Brooklyn in New Jersey on April 25th. That might be a little too early, but I'll check the schedule and see. That might be the play. But yeah, it'll be fun seeing the New York Cosmos. I watched them.
They're the New Jersey Cosmos now. Relax.
Sorry. My apologies.
I love them. I love them. I will always love them. But
the Cosmos. My apologies. The Cosmos. That should be the play. But yeah, it's a big growth year. Lots of traveling for soccer. I'm gonna echo Dennis's thing. Part of the reason I love this thing, even though I'm stepping down from being president, is that I love you guys tailgating, hanging out for soccer reasons and without soccer reasons. But yeah, this is gonna be a big hectic year, man. And I want to tell people, pace yourself. Do not, as the Scottish FA told their fans, do not put yourself in bankruptcy to go see any of these games, which I think is a weird thing for a federation to be telling their soccer fans. Is like, hey, I know you want to go because we haven't been in a long time, but do not spend money doing it. So that's pretty fucking awesome. As we root to that, how far do you think, I'm going to ask Hubert first, how far do you think Mexico goes in this tournament?
I don't know for sure, but I think the goal is going to be to play a second knockout game, and I think they can. It'll just depend on the matchups that they end up getting.
All right. Dennis, with Italy maybe making it in, although at this point...
Wait, can I add one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
A thing that's going to annoy me, though, is that both the U.S. and Mexico, if they make it past the first knockout game, are going to be talking about it like they went past the round of 16, even though it's not the same.
Oh, no, that is... Yes. Yes. You got to remember, the U.S. men's national team claim to fame is that they made it to the quarterfinal once. So you got to, the bar is in.
Their claim to fame is that they finished third place in the World Cup once.
What year?
Like in the 50s, didn't they?
Yeah.
Right. First of all, if England can't claim that bullshit World Cup from a long time ago, we won't.
Farmers leagues.
It's coming home. No, it isn't. Or in this case, it's staying home, which it's not happening either.
One of my favorite signs from, I think it was Euro 2020. They had there was an English, there was a "It's coming home" sign, but somebody crossed out "home" and "It's coming to Rome."
Pretty much. Shout out to the Lionesses of England who have won a major trophy, and the men still haven't. So,
have the men not won a Euro?
No, not in my lifetime. Yeah, but Dennis, Italy, how far do you think, if they make it, how far do you think they make it?
So if they do make it, they definitely make it out of the group. I think they might make it to the round of 16. I do think that the U.S. is going to have some shenanigans fall in their favor. There are going to be some favorable matchups after the group stage, I think the U.S. goes deeper than I think a lot of people expect. And that's not because I think they're the best team and I think they're an excellent team. I think they're a good team. I think they're a team that's getting better. Fun fact, look at all the U.S. players that are on this roster right now and look at their ages and look at the ages that they'll be at the next World Cup. That's really interesting and really
we're
exciting.
not doing that. We're not doing that.
We don't have to do that. I'm telling the people at home to go do that.
No,
Relax.
all right, you know what you can also do? You can look at the Belgium team that they call their golden generation with Yaya Toure and those guys. And what did that turn out to be? Not an age does not matter. As Hubert always says, winning the U20s and having a bunch of really good young guys.
If you let me finish my thoughts.
No, it's a fallacy.
Yaya Toure played for Ivory Coast.
Oh, who am I thinking of? That the Belgian isn't it Yaya Toure?
He's interrupting me with not even.
Are you thinking Kevin De Bruyne?
Unbelievable.
No, continue. There was a okay, never mind. Continue. But it is Yaya Toure on Belgium. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, continue.
Yaya Toure played for the Ivory Coast.
Okay.
My whole point
was that. Sir. Cote d'Ivoire. But yeah.
Okay. Either way, I'm still more right than you.
My only point is that I think that the U.S. is going to go deep in this tournament because I think everything is going to be enabled for them to go as deep as they possibly can, and I think they're going to get as much favoritism as you can possibly see from a host nation. And I know that there are multiple host nations, but if you look at the schedule and you look at where the games are, this is essentially a U.S. based tournament with some games being played in Mexico and some games being played in Canada as well. And I think they're going to be the beneficiaries of some favoritism and some favorable calls. And I think things will go their way often.
Sorry, Lukaku, who's who I meant to mention. My apologies.
I love how we're just dropping Napoli players in here.
Lukaku. Yeah, my bad. My apologies.
De Bruyne, McTominay. Who else do you guys want to drop in here? Politano.
No. I agree. I mean,
McGlynn. I don't know.
The
Scotland back into it.
Yeah. The fun time between me and Dennis, we're arguing for arguing's sake. Yes, I agree with him. Host nations tend to do well. I would say the host.
I will say that trend is being bucked the last 2 or 3 World Cups, but yes.
Agree. I mean, but I think this one is going to be.
Qatar did not do well.
Didn't they?
Qatar was the worst host nation performance of all time. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, my apologies. Okay.
Yeah, they didn't get out of the group. Did they even score a goal?
Okay, my apologies. I guess I'm misremembering that. Because I remember watching the Qatar-Iran game, and that was a pretty solid game. But
one last thing I left off. One last thing about 2026 that I left off that I'm looking forward to. I am very much looking forward to seeing who wins the 2026 FIFA Peace Prize.
Is it going annual from now on? Is that it?
That Peace Prize will never see the light of day again. I can guarantee you that.
Bibi Netanyahu will probably win it next.
Oh goodness! We just got demonetized and banned somehow.
We got demonetized when you sang in the first 10 minutes.
That's a fair. Yeah, we got shadow banned because you mentioned that name. Yeah,
I'm gonna fall out of a 1-story window later.
So pretty much, yeah. Goodness gracious. Never mind. The host nation I thought would do the best was Canada, but there seems to be some turmoil. Their upward swing has not really swung the way I thought it was going to be. Alphonso Davies is not the phenom that he was 18 months ago. So
I think that the host nation that I believe has the most potential is the U.S., but I don't think any of them have enough depth to make a difference.
Yeah. And then it depends on how many games their leader goes to, because I have a feeling that will, if he shows up to every game, then the U.S. has a home field advantage.
What I have to say about the home field advantage thing, a statistically provable home field advantage is when the crowd is on your side. If you're talking in game, it's the intangible influence you have on the referee. Home teams that have a better showing get more calls and more of the 50-50 calls. So if the U.S. gets enough fans out there, let's go.
Well, as it stands with the visa issues and travel restrictions, we will have an all-American referee crew, and the stadiums will be mostly American. So there you go. There will be lots of visa issues come 2026. I just want to say, everyone, travel safely.
Yeah.
Carry your identification with you at all times and all that good stuff. So Yeah, I mean, off the field stuff, this World Cup will be a shit show. On the field stuff, as you guys told me last year with the Club World Cup, it will just be fun, and I'm gonna try to enjoy it the best I can. But yeah, 2026 is a phenomenal year. Growth. We'll see what the federation leads to. There's going to be a lot of big changes. Shout out again to the J League doing their mini tournaments and transition to fall season, which is going to be really weird, right? Just doing a cup tournament, then a gap, and then your season starts. So,
you mean like MLS is doing?
Yep.
Next year?
It's gonna be weird.
In 27, we're doing that in
Yep.
27. So
Yeah.
for sure. But gentlemen, any other notes to wrap up this year for 2025?
Have a
we
safe
get out
new
of here?
year, please. I have a safe new year. I know none of you are in my area, but you know, I wouldn't want to be the one coming up on your accident scene when you face plant through your steering wheel.
That is true. Public transportation, Uber and Lyft, designated drivers are the way to go.
Absolutely.
Or house parties. Let's bring that back, right? Let's
Hell
go
yeah.
over the yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing like we don't have basements down here, but a house party is the way to go. People can fall
Absolutely.
asleep on your couch.
And the weather is nice enough we could party.
That's what I'm
outside.
doing.
Exactly. So, gentlemen, thank you for a phenomenal year. It's been a pleasure knowing you guys. I look forward to 2026 together again. And like, share, and subscribe. See you guys in January for Trinity, in February for the FC Dallas. We make a note. Follow us on everything Dallas Guardians. We will be having non-soccer related events this year. So look forward to seeing all of
non-FC
you.
Dallas related events.
We
Well,
go ahead.
They might be non-soccer. We might have a dart tournament. Like
We
we're
should.
trying
It'd
to
be
do
fun.
stuff.
Yeah.
We're trying to do stuff not related to a soccer
Beer-
match in any way.
Bring back
so,
Beer Olympics.
Yeah.
definitely.
I was gonna say a lot of us said like find us on different places. We haven't said any handles. You can pretty much find me at everything at Hubertito. On
Other way.
everything.
Other way, point the other direction.
I can't tell because on
There you
mine
go.
it's here.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, that's how I am on all socials, Discord, all of that. If you guys have any comments or questions,
I'm
about
very
things
easy
going
to
forward.
find as well. That's me.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is not my government name. You can't find me. I'm not on socials anywhere. But if you own a flock camera, it's tracking you everywhere. Just FYI. But
And if you get in touch with me, I'll give you his phone number. It's fine.
fair enough. Not my real phone number. So there we go. Call me. What's that guy's name?
Call me
Kevin
maybe?
James? No, Kevin James. I got 2 phones. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 2025 is out of here. 2026 is on the way. Make a resolution to be happier, healthier, and calmer. And the best way to do that is to get off social media after I just spent 15 seconds telling you to follow us on all social media. I'm a contradiction.
Follow us
Like-
and immediately throw it away.
Yeah, I'm a contradiction like any other human.
Don't forget that resolutions aren't sustainable. Follow Kaizen. The Japanese figured it out a long time ago. 1% a day, baby.
There you go. Small incremental changes that are measurable are the way to go. And I think we can all agree on that, gentlemen. I mean, before we get out of here, how about that? What do you resolve to do in 26 before we get out of here, Hubert?
I
What
don't
is-
fuck with resolutions.
What's your 1%? You just said 1%. What's your 1%?
Oh, I'm doing those all the time already.
Oh, do you? Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough. All right. Dennis, any?
Read
No?
more books. Read more books. I planned on reading at least a book a month in this year. I got about halfway there, and I'm looking to up that. I'm looking to get back up to a book a month, and I have just started reading to get out ahead of myself for next year. Just started reading Alex Ferguson's 2026.
I was going to ask physical or ebooks, but it doesn't
Is
really
it how
matter.
to bully referees and get calls that you don't deserve? Sorry, my bad.
Absolutely.
I'm a
I
United
prefer-
hater, just so y'all know.
So I'm not a United fan at all. I just
I also hate Fergie. So
um,
Sir Fergie, okay? Get that shit right.
I am
Mr. Fergie.
absolutely a physical media, but I
fuck
travel.
royalty.
I spend enough time. Fuck the Royals. But I spend enough time on planes and in the air that it's just easier to do the Kindle e-reader. As much as I love physical media, it's one of the places I've
Will you
compromised.
come back and give us a review of that book? I'd actually like to hear it. Ferguson's
Absolutely.
obviously a genius. So
And I also just finished Ibra's book. So if you haven't had a chance to read that one, that was a lot of fun.
I have no interest in hearing anything Ibrahimovic has to say.
Oh, you're just a hater. And as just to disclaim, as a subject of the English crown, I do not notate. And no, I'm just kidding. Anyways,
let's toast
didn't you guys break
actively
free?
Not.
No,
Shout out to Jamaica though for being the only country that was colonized by England that said we're not keeping those colors.
That's a fact. Shout out to His Majesty the Royal. Never mind. So
Lord Sausages himself.
I'm out.
Maybe along with Record of the Day, we do Book of the Month. Let's do. Oprah doesn't do a book club anymore. Come here for your reading material. Anyway.
Oh, she doesn't anymore? That's weird.
Who gives a fuck about what Oprah does?
I'm not attached to popular culture anymore.
Apparently. I just want Oprah money.
Fair enough.
I want to be Stedman is basically what you're saying.
Exactly. I couldn't think of his name. That's why I couldn't make the joke. Thank you.
or Gail King, whichever version of that you want to be. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
We've been bullshitting for at least 10 minutes.
For 10 minutes. Yeah, we're good to go. Like, share,
You're the sickos that have made it here. Scott, thank you.
No, it's more than one. It's just not just Scott. That's the crazy.
It's Scott and it's John. That's it. There's two.
Yeah. Like, share, subscribe. Look forward to more content here. Interviews at ISC. A lot more featurettes. We might do a closet feature on jerseys and scarves throughout the year as we acquire. As you can tell, I got more than this, just so we're clear. So we might do that as more features. But yeah, follow us here. It's great that we got through the year in all in one piece. And I want to wish you guys and everyone listening a fantastic, healthy, and abundant 2026. Guardians.